All right, so now we'll work on our profile page. Okay, so in our pages, I'm going to add a new item, content MAUI content page. And here we'll say profile page.xml. Okay, now to come to this page, we'll go to the home page and we are going to create a new event handler for now. We'll change these later. Go to profile tabbed. So go to async and the name would be profile page. All right, and then we need to add this to our routing as well. So appshell.xaml.cs, we are going to duplicate this, add post page, and we'll simply say routing.register route, name of profile page and type of profile page. So for this route, go to this page. Here, let's use this profile. Let's use this event on the user click, this white image for user.png for this one. Okay, we'll simply say controls white image dot gesture recognizers tab gesture recognizer, and tabbed we are going to use go to profile tab. Save it, save everything, and let's run it on our physical device and we'll start designing the page. Alright, app is here, get started, login, profile click. Now we are on my profile page. Now we can start designing. So first thing we need to change the title. It would be my profile. All right. Now on this screen, I'm going to have a logout button so that we can have a toolbar item here. So this time we'll say content page dot toolbar items. We are going to have a toolbar item, and this toolbar item has one icon image source. So for this, I have a power of .png image. So this logout image, we have it here. Okay, we'll add logout functionality on this toolbar item. After that, now we are in our main page. Inside this, what I'm going to have first, I will have the user image and an option to change the image, then name, email, then the second half of the screen we are going to have users posts, and on the previous pages, this home page, we have this save option as well. So whatever post user has saved or added to bookmark, those also we are going to have on this screen. So for my posts and bookmarked posts, we are going to have kind of a tabbed view, not that tab but custom tab kind of UI. So the first half, user image, name, email, and these two tab buttons, my post and bookmark post, and then second half, the posts. Okay, so we are going to have a grid here with two row definitions. First one is auto, whatever space user image name email etc takes, and star for the rest of the screen. Okay, now for the first section we are going to have a vertical stack layout with grid dot row 0. In here we are going to have our username, user image, and name and email, all those things. So here first thing, I'm going to have a grid. Inside this we are going to have an image. So instead of image, we can simply have a border with stroke shape as round rectangle of some radius and it should be half of the height and width so that it makes perfect circle. So I'm having round rectangle 35, so I'll have height request 70 and width request 70. Okay, you can see it here. On this page we are going to have a background color as static resource gray 100, which we are using on other pages. Now this border, we are going to have a background color as white. Okay, and inside this border we are going to have our image source. Right now we are going to have user.png, later we'll change it. Right, let's say horizontal options as center and vertical options center. Right, save everything, and then after this border we are going to have that edit image button. So for this we are simply going to use again a border with the background color of static resource our primary color. Okay, then height and width, let's say 24 height, and width request 24, and we want to have this also as perfect circle, so we'll have stroke shape as round rectangle of radius 12. Okay, this is here. Now we need to move it to the right bottom section. Okay, so we'll say horizontal options as end and vertical options as end. All right, now save it. Now this is here, but we need this thing to be with this image user png. So for this we can have multiple approaches. The easiest one is, let's remove horizontal options. We have it here, and we can handle it from by using simple margins. We can move it to the right here. So here what we can do on this border, we can simply have a margin 0 from left, 0 from top, negative margin from right, and 0 from bottom, like this. So we set it at this place. Now inside this border we are going to have our edit icon. So here we are going to use our white image. For that we need controls namespace. We can copy it from our home page or any other page. Let's copy this XML NS control, and here we can use white image with source pencil.png. Okay, then let's move it to horizontal option center, vertical option center, and height and width request height 12 and width request 12. So it is here now. Now let's add some default shadow on this. So we'll say border.shadow and just have the default shadow. Save it, and let's remove the outline on this border. So on this border we'll say stroke thickness as 0. All right, so now we have this thing. Now it is touching the top, this top section, so we need to have some spacing here. On this vertical stack layout we can have, let's say, padding 50. Save it. All right, so this is fine. After this we need user name. After this grid we are going to have a label, the text username. So here I'm going to have my name. Right, and this should be horizontal options as center. Right, font size, we can have some font size, let's try 18. Font attributes, let's have bold. And then on this vertical stack layout, let's have spacing of maybe 5 here, like this spacing. Okay, save everything. Now after this label, we are going to have one more label here, which will be for email ID. email@gmail.com. For this, let's not make it bold and let's have it maybe 16 font size. Save it. Now we are good with it. Alright, name, email, have these things. We can have some more spacing here if you want. Main first label. Here we can say margin from left 0, from top maybe let's say 10, and then 0 and 0 from other side. Got applied and is fine. Save it, and now we are good with this section. Now after this I'm going to have a line. For line, we can use box view with a style, static resource faded line, and we have this line, very uh, thin line. I don't know if you are able to see it, but I can see it. For now, what we can do, we can simply go to faded line and we can maybe instead of 0.5, we can make it 1 so that it gets visible. All right. After this, we are going to have two buttons or a tab kind of UI. So we will have my posts and bookmark posts. Okay. Oh, instead of this faded line, we have this margin on this one, right? We can use our spacer control as well, right? By default, we have this 20 pixel. We can provide the space property as 10. This 10, same thing. All right. So now after this box view, here we are going to have now we are going to have those tab kind of thing. Before that, what we are going to do, what I am going to do, I'm going to have a border. We'll have again two borders inside. Okay. So first I'm going to have a border. Inside this border, I'm going to have two borders for which I'm going to use 50%, 50%. So that means I'm going to have a grid inside this border, grid with column definitions as star and star. And inside these, I'm going to have again border with let's say background color as static resource primary. And inside this, I'm going to have a label text, let's say my posts. And for this, the text color would be white. And then let's copy this border, paste it. Then background color would be white. Text color would be static resource primary. And the second border would be grid.column1. First border would be grid.column0. So this is the basic skeleton which we are going to have. Right? Now we need to make it good. Right? First, we have this border. On this border, we are going to have stroke shape of round rectangle of let's say 15. Okay, now we can see from left and from right we have these borders, and then we'll set height request as 30. Save it. Now we are good. Now after this we don't need the do we need yeah let's have the stroke color. We'll say stroke as static resource primary color, so that this line is of our primary color. Okay, now this line looks uh, very Take. So what we can do on this border, we can say stroke thickness, we can say 0.5. So half thickness like this. We'll save it and now we are good. We have something. Now inside this where we have our grid, these two borders, on these borders or maybe on these labels, we are going to have horizontal options at center. This text goes to the center. And same way, we are going to have vertical options at center. Save it and we are good. Now this is in center. Same thing we'll do with the second my posts. So let's copy this first entire thing, paste it here, save it. Instead of my posts, we'll say bookmarked or saved. Name is up to bookmark. This would be grid.column. Save it. All right. Now these inner borders, on these borders, we are going to set stroke thickness as 0. We don't want stroke thickness on inner border. Save. Now there is no uh, that stroke thickness, so there is no outline. But now what we will do, we will have the selected one as this background color, primary color. If the tab is not selected, we'll have the default. For default, what we'll do the opposite. Background color would be white and the text color would be static resource primary. We'll make these dynamic when we'll work on the functionality and all. So we'll click on it, then it will be selected, it will be deselected. So the background of this border will be in this color and the text would be in white color. That we'll do later, but right now we are okay with this. All right, so these are our tabs. Now after these tabs, we need to have our posts here. So for these posts, what we can do, we can simply order vertical stack layout, which was this grid.row 0. We are going to have a scroll view with grid.row 1. We'll have a collection view later for all these things. Right now, because we don't have full collection view and all items, so we are going to use scroll view. Inside this, we can simply use vertical stack layout. So this, what we can do from home page, we can copy this vertical stack layout. Copy this, come here, just paste, save it. We are able to post here. See? All right. The same thing we'll do here. We are going to have two different collection views. One is for my post, one is for bookmark post. Right now, we are good with this. This spacing, I think we should decrease this spacing. If we go to the very top where we have this thing, where we have our vertical stack layout, here we have defined padding 15. So what we'll do, padding left is 15. Let's have from top we'll have 10, from right we'll have 15, from bottom let's have 10 or maybe 8, this thing. All right, save it. Now we are good. Our my profile page is also ready. All right, great. Now next we'll work on our notifications page. I guess this is going to be the last page, right? After this we'll just have one that image crop page, that will be a separate page, and on that page we'll work later when we'll have some functionality in the application, then maybe we'll work on. Let's see. Right now we are okay. Next thing, we'll work on our notifications page. That page is going to be pretty simple. It will simply show the list of notification, nothing else.